There we go. Hit the right button, fucker.
Okay.
So, I'm Pat.
I'm Will.
Hey, I'm Jeffrey.
I'm back.
It is back. You want to explain what you've been going through recently?
I have a new magical mechanical arm.
It has a RoboCop feel to it.
It really does. It has a. It's the dial that.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, that's how I increase my punch strength.
Right. Right.
Just put the hammer down on somebody.
Are you supposed to adjust the dial at any point?
No, I am not allowed to touch it. In fact, it's locked.
Oh, okay. I was like, but they gave you one to play
no,
with.
they have a key that
Really?
and so I can do this.
All right.
Pretty good.
Right? Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like a
yeah.
half inch of movement.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. So it'll be locked that way for the next 4 weeks.
Yeah. How did the procedure itself go?
I don't know. I was knocked out, man. So,
I watched it, you know.
dude, they didn't even take me out of pre-op. So, I mean, the last time I've had a procedure done, they actually wheel you into the operating room. They're like, "Do you have any questions? Night, night."
Right.
This one, they're like, "Night, night." And I was like, "Right now?" And they're like, I was done, man. So, and then so I woke up and they put a nerve block in my shoulder. So, which means this entire arm was dead for 2 days. You have no fucking idea how heavy your arm is. When it's completely dead, like you do a movement where you're just moving your arm around, and it's like 90% of that's anticipatory, your muscle, like just memory. So it's actually taking the weight. But when it's dead as a doornail, it's fucking heavy.
Whoa.
So I had
Things
no
you
idea.
never
I had
considered.
no idea. I was like, my arm is fucked. And they were like, no, it's just dead. And it will be for up to 48 hours. And I got the full 48.
Wow.
So, and then it came back and it felt like standing up after sitting on the toilet for 2 hours. Yeah. So,
And you can't even really flex it or
everything's
do
tingling.
anything.
Yeah, no,
You're
you can't
just
do
like,
nothing. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't think about that. That must have been agonizing.
It was. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was great.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
they gave
'cause
me.
it's.
That's what they give me all the Oxycontin for. So,
Yeah, I guess that's the question. Like, how do you alleviate it when you've been, like sitting on your hand or your foot so that it goes completely to sleep, and then it goes into that god awful,
you can't feel it.
like super sensitive phase. Like, what do you do to try to?
You always try and flex and move.
Yeah, how do you
things,
try
and here you're
to
just like,
to make it go away? How do you try to speed through it?
Well,
I
you
would-
try and shake it loose.
I'd say
So,
drink
yeah.
heavily, but I don't think that goes with Oxycontin.
In recent years, how do you try to?
I haven't had it happen in a while.
Okay.
Maybe when I wake up sometimes, if I slept on it wrong.
You have glitter on your face.
Why do you have glitter on your face?
Yeah, he does. He's. It's like, did he at least shower off the stripper sweat before he
Right,
came
exactly.
to
Yeah, exactly.
I did buy.
Had nothing but greasy $1 bills.
I bought some ribbons for Livy's room,
Oh,
so I'm sure there must be some glitter on there. So I'm assuming that's where it came from. I don't really know where else. Unless I just
well,
live
we
in the land of sparkles.
hypothesized, but yeah, that's evidently that wasn't the case. Did you have a kids this week?
So I'm setting up her room a little differently, so she'll have a surprise when she comes.
Oh,
She doesn't listen to the podcast, does she?
No.
Yeah, okay.
We don't have pictures and things that move or anything, so
Oh, yeah, there's no cartoons.
the idea of a kid these days to just sit there and listen to something,
That is pretty ridiculous.
yeah,
So,
with their attention spans, no.
yeah, that's pretty weird. My daughter is completely hooked on YouTube Shorts. She won't even
Oh.
watch, like, long videos
Yep,
now.
that's William.
It's,
Yeah.
like, not even worth her time.
It's some
so,
of them,
yeah.
like I've watched some of them with William, and I'm like, these are so dumb.
They're so dumb.
You get
Yeah.
like one good one out of like every 40.
They're terrible. Yeah,
like-
and a lot of them are just, like, they're so ubiquitous that it's like, here's a guy playing with Legos. Here's 50 more guys playing with Legos. And then you get a funny one. It's like, here's a man who gets hit in the nuts with football. It's like, that's funny. So I'd like more of those, please. It's like,
He gets some good animation ones that are there sometimes. He gets a couple little random things that are like, all right, that one's good. And then he'll like get to a good one and just like skip past it. I was like, what?
yeah.
Like, you gotta see how that one ends. He's just like, Nah, not good. I was like, dude, I don't get it.
Yeah. No, the only long form videos that my daughter watches are those extra history ones for the extra credit dudes. So
That's not even that long.
they're like
but-
20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, they're not even that long. They're like 10.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, like 8 to 10.
Yeah,
is
yeah.
what you have.
He'll watch some longer animation ones.
Oh,
Like, there's a
okay.
bunch of animators that he'll actually watch
Oh, well, that's cool.
and all that kind of stuff. So I'll watch those with him.
Oh, my daughter's hit the music age, so she listens to nonstop music videos on loop over and over and over.
That
again.
at least I can understand.
Yeah,
you
it's
know what?
very similar.
Does she
Yeah.
do something while listening to it?
She's got headphones on, so she just rocks out to it and stuff, or she'll draw, or something. You know, my dining room table is now the art station, so
I've seen that before. Yes,
Yeah,
we have one
yeah.
of those
I sure do.
where you eat.
I don't eat there.
yeah, we don't eat.
No,
at
the,
dining
the,
room
the
table.
kids are supposed to eat there, right?
No, we all eat at the table.
Oh,
in
that's
front of the
right.
TV.
Yeah, that's right. You guys have.
We eat at 3 separate places in my house.
I was going to say, yeah. So I've eaten there. I've eaten there.
We each have our own coffee table.
Does she drink coffee?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, so he's got. So if you remember William's place, right? So he's got the art station. I've eaten there. My mother has eaten there, right?
Eaten there a couple times.
We have.
Yeah.
Then you have that wonderful breakfast bar, where.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Do they eat there too, or
Sometimes if
I would probably eat there all the time.
if I'm standing up in there and like cooking something else that
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat because they're not eating what I'm eating.
And
They might
then-
sit there and chat with me.
Yeah. And then you have that television area
That's
where
where we eat
Yeah.
most of the time.
no eating should be done.
You know, I surrendered the whole dining room. We all sit together.
I know you have.
We it's just not possible. It's a thing of the past. It's like having a parlor in your house.
That sounds great.
Okay, yeah. So you're born 150 years too late. Sorry, buddy. So yeah. You want one of those
That's
bicycles with the big wheel in the front and the little one in the back?
I do not.
Yeah, okay.
That's called a pennyfarthing, and no, because if you ride one of those things, number one, you come across as a hipster douche, and number two,
I didn't say unicycle.
no. A pennyfarthing bicycle is also a hipster douche.
I
No means
don't
of
think I've
conveyance.
ever seen one. Yeah,
But when you wreck on those, you wreck hard.
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But I think your speeds are limited.
Well, keep in mind, William, again, this goes to the science of bicycles. Science still can't really fully say why bicycles stand upright. What they can say is that your likelihood of staying balanced increases with speed, including on pennyfarthing bikes. So you have to get a decent head of speed to not tip the fucking thing over.
It's got a bigger wheel on it. You could go faster on it.
Oh, well, okay. So how does the okay? Why do bicycles have different gears?
To reduce the wheel size.
Well, essentially, but
Yeah.
basically, like when you're moving that's how you start things and how you get going. Same thing as your car, right?
Yeah, but it increases and decreases the ratio in terms of the
Absolutely.
input to the
So if you just have one big ass wheel and the
It's a bike that's consistently stuck in fifth gear. Yeah.
yes,
Yeah,
so
okay.
it's either you can get it going,
Yeah.
but I mean, you're talking about problems where, like, if you're gonna take this thing uphill, right?
You're not gonna take that. Maybe you can rev onto a car.
Did they have handbrakes or did they have foot brakes back then?
I think you just jump off. You pop a wheelie is what you do.
Right.
Yeah. You pop a wheelie and start pedaling backwards. Yeah.
Yeah, if it was foot brakes, it would be very BMX-ish, yeah?
That's why that exists, because it's got no fucking chain. So, that makes perfect sense now. That's why the wheel's so fucking big.
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
It is a piece of crap.
It's yeah. Otherwise, you got like basically your old school like 14-inch BMX,
Uh-huh.
with no gears, so no shifter. Yeah.
And I would imagine, given that there's no chain, I would say it's probably a foot brake or...
Well, you just be pedaling backwards then.
They got handbrakes on them. They've always had handbrakes. So.
Because I mean, you could do that to anything that clamps on the
Yeah.
wheel, but I don't know. But those things are death traps. It's just
I have no intention of ever trying one. So
bad.
I guess I hadn't really thought about it, but it's got no chain. That's why it does that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Exactly like a unicycle. Only the
Right.
weight distribution is different. Yeah.
Now, see, a unicycle is something I've actually seen in the wild. I've seen some hipster dorks running around on one. There was a guy up at my daughter's school who used to like drive by, well, ride by,
Right.
unibuy,
Yeah.
every single day.
It doesn't. I mean, that's the thing. You have to think about the energy ratio on that. I just don't feel like it's going to save you that much time or energy.
No, it's a thing. It's just a fun thing.
Yeah.
It's not about efficiency.
No.
You get a bicycle, yeah.
You get a bicycle. I mean, I would argue.
I took my car there.
you get a hoverboard or whatever those.
Oh yeah, you could do that. See, I don't know. I don't know how much energy you would save, like with a skateboard either.
Going downhill, yeah.
Certainly, yes, and then the unicycle will do you fine as well. But
But with
You're always going to be
skateboard,
able to go faster on a bike than you are on a skateboard. So,
Yeah.
skateboard's got tiny wheels. So, yeah.
but on a skateboard, you just pick it up and walk up the hill.
right,
You don't have
Right.
to do the stand up and
or you walk the bike,
yeah.
but then you're walking the bike, and that's
That's no different than walking a skateboard.
no, it
it's
is.
way
It is.
different.
Walking the bike is sort of like shameful. You're like, I can't do it.
Depends on the hill, man. Yeah.
It's like pushing a handicap chair. Like you're just like having like a skateboard
You
just
take
tucks.
Revlov
A skateboard just tucks under your arm, and you see people do that all the time. Like
Yeah.
they just carry it.
What's
You don't
this?
see
Do you
people
need something
walking
that'll
around.
No, I'm okay.
prop that, or
Yeah.
okay?
We'll figure it out.
Okay, I can get you a cushion or something.
Yeah, I'm okay for that.
Well, no, and that's the thing too. Is with your bike, yes, it is supposed to have like a gear system where you can sort of
Bring it down, and you just
yeah,
go slow, but you can make it.
but you make it. Your skateboard does not have a gear
No.
system,
No,
nor do your corny ass.
I don't ever want to learn. Hey, well, I'm
Your
terrible.
corny
At
ass
it.
what?
rollerblades.
Oh, you got rollerblades?
I do.
Oh.
I'm not.
I didn't know you had.
Oh.
Let's just
I'm not great at it.
They're kind of fun.
I don't really know how to stop well.
It's,
Balance,
well,
but
it's
than
just
me.
like skis, man. Pizza, French fries. So,
I'll die.
no, you won't.
I've come close.
Okay, well, don't do that. Yeah.
I try and make sure that the hills I'm going to go down to when there's a turn coming, I hope that they have grass in the
So you can eat the grass.
so I can have an escape
Fucking
route
roll.
plan.
so he's utilizing the Pennyfarthing Braking system.
Exactly. For step one, identify where to bail out.
It's in the instruction booklet.
Step two, engage.
When you know your limitations. Yes. The kids on the street have tried to teach me, but it's like me trying to learn the hockey stop on ice skates. I just
Oh,
can't do it. And
holy shit, man! I have been on high skates since I was in high school.
We went what, like 3 years ago or something. 2 years
Where do you go?
Memorial Park. There's a
Oh.
ice skating rink.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not got a bunch of frozen needles in the fucking ice. And stuff.
It's indoors, so they
It doesn't
keep
matter, man. That's where
keep the riffraff outside.
Yeah, I only went to the rink up at
Chapel
Hills
yeah.
like back in the day.
Yeah,
And I didn't like it.
the last time I did that, I guarantee it was in high school. So
I can whip around pretty quick, but I don't know how to stop. So I just look for the walls when it's time and just.
actually, no, I was dating my wife, so she was actually a figure skater for a
I
while.
was gonna say,
Whoa.
yeah. Every time I've
She was a
gone,
little kid. Yeah.
Wow.
yeah, I've always gone with some girl who was amazing.
Yeah.
Like even like if you would have gone with our mom back in the day, she'd have like
Yeah.
slashed it like nobody's business.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun. The kids get a huge kick out of it because they watch me just crumble left and right.
It was always because every time for me it was always like I was getting remedial lessons. It's like this can't be fun for you, right?
You just hanging on to the side, scooching.
There's a little bit of that.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
a lot of like picking my ass up off the ground and stuff like that, and hugging the wall.
Yeah.
You
It
know,
was the same way with like roller skates. We actually went to Skate City like maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and it was like I got out there a little bit. I was like, no, I'm gonna break something. So
I was fine roller skating, but like when you try to walk in certain places,
stomp.
like
Yeah.
and it just as soon as your feet go, it's just boom.
Oh yeah, you're done.
Yeah. I totally ate it when I was there. I was just like walking through the part and just I don't know, just my weight got thrown off and just
wait,
boom.
were you on the skates or the blades?
Roller skates.
You were on the skates. Okay.
Yeah.
I got the rentals, whatever they had.
Are they still the brown?
I think
like
they're-
Skate City.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like that fresh cowhide
Yeah.
that they just cut off the cow. Yeah. So
it's fine. It's fun. Rollerblades are cool. I'm just not good enough at it.
No, there's nothing wrong with it. And again, that's all fun stuff. It's not something I'm looking to pick up now.
no.
You sure?
I
Right
I don't
now.
want to lose another arm. So yeah. To me, it's hard enough to do. Like, there's so many little things that you don't realize that you need 2 fucking hands to do.
How thankful are you that it's your left arm?
Like, oh my god! So,
We covered this.
oh my god! I'm so fucking lucky. So yeah, just like putting on a belt is hard.
Oh,
Yeah, tying your shoes is a bitch.
Time to get Velcro.
I just gave up and now I wear flip flops to work. So, yeah,
Not a single person is going to blame you.
nobody's gonna give me
But
shit
winter
about
is
it.
coming.
That's true. I'm gonna be that guy.
You gotta head down to Big Ara and see if they have like some kind of winter,
galoshes.
yeah, some kind of winter sales.
I'll get those like those what are the Timberland fucking pull-on booties.
Yeah.
So this is it's so many things. Typing is fucking impossible.
I would imagine.
It's impossible. I had to switch to text to speech.
And say,
It is fucking hilarious watching that thing fuck up. So I just leave them all in there now. I'm sorry, text to speech. So pardon typos.
what's amazing, Patrick, is that you, I, and William are relatively eloquent to your average speaker. So
Very
I
much
can't
so.
even imagine
Yeah.
what sort of struggle they go through on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Oh, if you had like a thick accent or something.
A fucking accent, just actually knowing how to pronounce words, right?
Yeah.
I in some ways, I think, because I mean, are you doing this with like with Word
I'm
or
just
your
doing it with
email?
Word.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, and so in email, like we use Outlook, it doesn't work. So I guess my school never bought the plug-in for it. And so actually text-to-speech has turned into a mad productivity hack for me. Because I just open a Word document and I basically dictate. So like when I'm grading shit,
Boom. Yeah.
just blah, 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 copy, paste, next. Blah, 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 copy, paste, next. So it's way fucking easier than typing that shit in there. So I'm not going back even when I get
Good for you.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, why didn't I do this years ago? Just because I was like, oh, punctuation's important. Now I'm like,
Oh, bro. Well, it's in every aspect of every job I do, it is very important. But yes, I understand.
I thought, I thought it was, but it's not. It's really not. In fact, you can just teletype it out like blah blah blah, stop, blah 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 blah, stop. So
Interesting.
yeah, it was a mad productivity hack. So because I went like a week without grading, like touching a thing, and then I was like, fuck, I gotta go do this. So otherwise, I'm taking more time off.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
there was a mountain of shit in there. I was like, I got to figure this out right now. So, yeah. So how do I dictate? And it was like, oh, you can do it in Word. I was like, let's try it. And it works great.
Yeah, I was gonna say like the only other alternative would be to like hire an assistant.
Something. Well, I did get a minion this week. So,
I imagine,
I
yeah,
did get a
yeah.
graduate minion this week. So, yeah.
Just because of this?
No, I don't know. It maybe.
Well, you can ask, but
Yeah, so they asked me during the summer. I was like, nah, I'll be fine. Because usually we're kind of limited on those, but sometimes I get one just because someone got an award for it, and then you're like, oh, okay, well, Pat's the easiest guy in the fucking building to work for, so,
God. You're like, nope, this time I'm putting you to work.
I was, but now I figured out how to grade even faster, so,
there you go.
I don't even know if I'm gonna, I'll find something else for her to do, so, but, I don't know. This place could be tidied up a little bit or something.
Or you just let her do whatever, man. That's fine. That's it. Because they get some credit out of it. Yeah.
No, they don't get credit. They get money. Our people get money.
Okay.
Wow.
So it's part of the financial aid award.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
So I have to make them do work. So
Well,
I will find.
Yes
something.
and no. I mean, you'd be like, all right, you owe me 50 push-ups.
I'm not gonna do that.
Go
Come
walk
up
my
with a-
labradoodle.
Come up with a new homework assignment.
No, then I have to grade it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. I'll think of something.
No, that's fine, buddy. Yeah.
Yeah.
And when winter comes around, you'll be able to tie your own shoes and shit. So.
Yeah. So 4 weeks at 90 degrees, and then we add 10 degrees a week until I make it to 180. So.
Really?
Yep.
Oh,
Gosh.
gosh. Wow.
Yeah, I got a ways to go.
That's, oh my gosh, that's a long time.
And no wait until then.
Holy cow. Well,
That's all right.
that's the process.
So it's better than it was like this morning. So when they cut the fucking cast off me, because they had me cast all the way up to my shoulder, so this was permanent. It was stuck, and I was all strapped in and everything. So yeah, they took me out of that. It was like, can I scratch? And they're like, yes, please. Oh my god! So, it's like, can I take a shower when I get home? They're like, yes. I was like, oh my god! Just washing yourself with a washcloth fucking sucks in the sink. It feels so third world, man.
So, all right. So the only way I can relate to this is when I was doing night shifts, right? And when we'd have like downtime, right? Because we're either coming out of the hole or we're done or whatever, and we're just killing time. That was like bonus time, so that's when I'd like go for a run. That's when I was still doing that outside, right? But if you were in the places where it was like single shack, which most places were, right? You can't hop next door and use the shower, right? But you would come back. It's like it's still like 75 degrees at night, right? You come back, you're stinking of sweat, and all you have are your, you have to change back into your garbage clothes and all this stuff. So you'd go in the bathroom with
Paper towels or
whatever cloth that you'd have,
Baby wipes.
whatever towel that you brought, and just basically like kind of scrub yourself down with that. And it wasn't clean, but it's not like sitting there in your stinky ass sweat for another 4 hours until you can go wash up. And then that's you for like weeks.
Yeah, I ran out of baby wipes after like 2 days. So,
Yeah.
So those were left over from when my daughter actually needed them. So, yeah.
Wow.
That was a long time ago. Yeah. They're a little dry.
You didn't hit up Amazon and be like, bring this to me.
I did. I just said, okay, we'll just do the washcloth thing. So no, there's a couple times this week where I was like, I really want Taco Bell. I should get DoorDash to bring it to me. That shit's fucking expensive.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So.
Unless you're a member.
Oh really?
No,
Is that the trick?
So here's the thing: is you are a member if you have Amazon Prime.
Okay, I am a member.
So that will take off the delivery or the
See,
delivery
I didn't know
fee.
that.
Really?
Yep, that comes free with Amazon. You still have to tip,
Right. Yeah.
and a lot of those things like they won't kick over until you order like $20 worth of stuff.
Oh yeah.
So you end up spending like $30 every time that you want something from wherever.
Yeah, I don't do it.
Yeah, no, it's
I
ridiculously
refuse to do it.
expensive. So yeah.
Nikki does it all the time, or used to. Now I'm like, no, I'll go grab it. She's like, I can just have it delivered here. Nope, not gonna
It's
happen.
expensive.
So
So
if you do it once a week, it's fine. If
Oh,
you do
yeah.
it twice a week, now you're in trouble. If you're one of those layabouts, right, at this point where, God, this is one of the like most frustrating things about this. Look, I'm not going to fuck around with this. Food's expensive, no matter where you slice it, right? But on top of that, where you have the like the moaning, the laptop class, as they call them right now, and the we go nuts on them.
The laptop class?
yeah, I've heard this too.
Yeah, we kind of bemoan this group, the people who they call themselves content creators, and these are the people who are so thoroughly against AI taking, jobs out of the hands of creatives. So these are the people that are sitting there like saying like, where does all the money go? And if you're on your fourth or fifth Grubhub delivery of the week,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, you ain't poor.
Gosh,
You're
yeah.
just stupid. So
You know what I'm saying?
just done with your money, man.
And again, if it's something that, look, I do that once a week,
Sure.
right?
I get groceries delivered. I love it.
Right.
So it's
Do
worth
you
it.
tip them?
Fuck yeah, I tip the fuck out of them. So that way they always find everything that I want them to find. So it's great.
Do you do that on like?
I do it on Instacart.
Oh,
Yeah, they're
okay.
great. So, but yeah, that's a once a week thing. And like, if I'm gonna spend $350 on groceries, so
You spend that much a week?
no, not a week.
Oh,
Yeah, no.
I was like, oh my god, what are
Oh,
you
Lord.
What are
getting?
you eating?
So my grocery bill is really predictable. I spend usually the first week of the month. Yeah, I put in about a $350 order. That's my Costco run for the month. That's all my meat. That's all my frozen veggies. So that's all my paper towel, fucking toilet paper. Those are prescription shits or like over the counter drugs. Everything like Costco, there's so many things that are so much fucking cheaper if you're gonna use it over the course of a month.
Right.
So so I'll do that. That'll last like 2 weeks. And then by that point in time I'm running out of little things in the house. And so then we do a King Supers run. And so that's about another $150. And so I just tack on an extra like $40 on each one of those deliveries, and it all evens out, and I'm good every single month. So save a lot of money.
But say, for example, if you were doing that every week.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, let alone Grubhub. So yeah.
Well, and that's the thing. I mean, if you're take that grocery bill and basically take it, so it is essentially like that's $25-$30 that you're spending, right? And let alone like there was a video that was making its way around the internet this week about a guy who took his family out to Taco Bell. For family of four, cost $51.
What do they buy?
Wow.
Wow, that look you're giving me like that's ridiculous. Well, when you take out, okay, so what fast food do you and the kids eat?
Well, yeah, if I went to like Freddy's or something, then yeah.
Freddy's is different. That's some gourmet shit.
Yeah, Wendy's for 4 of us is about $40.
Yeah. Yeah, Wendy's. Yeah, we do Wendy's like once a week.
Yeah.
So
we
it's
do
the same
Wendy's
thing. It's
once a
about $40, and then
About $10 a head.
week. Yeah.
yeah.
Sounds
So
alright,
like
okay.
ours, like yeah, same thing when we do our pizza nights. Our pizza nights usually about $35 to $40.
Pizza night's
So-
way less for.
Well, you guys don't get specialty pizzas, do
Yeah.
you?
Well, yeah. Yeah.
So
Well, how many? Okay, so how many? When you do pizza night, how many pies are coming?
we get 3.
You get 3. Okay.
Yeah, we get
Yeah.
3.
You get
Two.
3. 2.
Yeah, we get. Kat and I each get 1, and then Pam gets her gluten-free one. That
Yeah.
one's more expensive.
Mm.
So
Where do you get it from?
Domino's.
They have a
Yeah.
gluten-free
They
one?
do. It's actually
Wow.
pretty good. So it's not bad.
It's not. It's wacky.
I'm
It is.
not
It's,
gonna do it.
yeah. It's a little crunchy, little.
Until
It's a
I'm
little club
forced to, for
crackery.
whatever
Yeah.
reason it has to be, then no, I don't need
Yeah.
it.
No, I had a friend who was on the forefront of celiacs back in the day, and I got to try all those.
I bet it's come a long way since then.
Well, it's not like it was bad back in the day either. It has gotten better, but back then it's like it doesn't taste bad But if textures bother you,
It's a problem.
it's a huge problem.
There are a couple things they cannot do right. So I've never had a gluten-free hot dog bun or any kind of like soft bread that was any good.
Yeah, I haven't.
They're
Yeah,
terrible. So, and then I've never had a chocolate chip cookie that it made me want to barf. So, yeah. So my mother-in-law's this wizard in the kitchen. She's a professional baker, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
She tried every different way she could possibly think of to make like these dinner rolls that I mean, she taught me how to make her homemade dinner rolls. They're fantastic. So, my wife loved them growing up and blah blah blah. She tried everything, and then eventually she just gave up. She's like, it cannot be done. It cannot be done. So she said, I found this place downtown that sells these. These are as close as they get. Just go buy them.
Wow.
Yeah.
it's bread. I mean, it is
bread.
what it is. I mean, that what I will say though is, I have tried a few noodles that are surprisingly good.
They're fine. Noodles are fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. in fact-
Surprisingly good. Different things they make it out of, good.
Oh no, all the pasta that I use is all gluten free now. I can't even tell the difference. So even like Christmas lasagna, it's the same. So there's no difference whatsoever. So yeah, noodles are like that. Any kind of like hard crunchy thing, like a pretzel or something, they're fine. So yeah. It's for some reason anything that needs to rise significantly.
Yep.
It's like a good soft cookie or any kind of fucking soft bread. It tastes like absolute ass. So,
If it's supposed to have some give, it's supposed to have some like.
gluten,
If it's like
sometimes that's all you really want out of a cookie.
you see it on that commercial, man. You see them pulling that bread apart, and you're like, that's part of the bread. That's
why you go to Olive Garden, man.
Yeah.
That's the only reason. It's like, we might fuck everything else up, but not the breadsticks, man.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but yeah, it's like you said. I never thought it was bad, but it was some shit. It was just like the texture was so wacky.
Yeah, tortillas are bad. Gluten-free tortillas are pretty
I
bad.
didn't have a tortilla, but I could believe it.
They're kind of slimy. It's weird.
Ooh.
So, when you cook them, if you just eat them like raw, so like sometimes I like a tortilla, you just put some butter on it. It's fucking good. So but like if you try and make a quesadilla out of it or something, it turns kind of like slimy. It's weird. So, it doesn't matter if you microwave it or fry it or bake it. It just doesn't work. So.
It like absorbs the cheese and
I don't know.
Why is it?
Yeah, it's just weird, man. It's not good. So
Well, I'm not gonna be barking up that tree, so
yeah, but gluten-free pizza is fine. So
my kids they love Mr. Beast, and he's got his own
the
chocolate
burger, oh,
We haven't had the burger. I don't know where you get the burger.
you can get it on Grubhub.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I tried it.
they do it out of these ghost kitchens all over the place.
How's the burger?
Fucking shitty.
Is it?
Well, it depends on where you get it from, because there's like 10 different places that'll do it. So, like, the bar over here used to do Mr. Beast burgers, and so you get a really good burger out of them,
Well,
they weren't making any money off it, so they said, fuck off.
they got the candy. He's got a huge candy bar selection,
Oh.
and William would have me try one, and one of them was just so bad. I was just like, oh, this is terrible. And Libby's like, oh, I like it. And then she ate like 2 bites, and then she's just like, okay, not so much. And then she ended up just leaving it in my door handle of the car. Finally, I went back there one day to check, and I was just like, oh, dude! Like, it was just melted goo, like, all in the handle.
You didn't put your hand in it or anything, did you?
No, I got the rag and started
Get out with a
cleaning.
screwdriver or
No, it was still liquidy.
Oh.
It was during the middle of summer, and oh, dude, I was like, never again. I was like, you
No
guys,
candy in this car.
well, you can have
No.
candy, but you better eat it all.
I remember my saddest incident of melted chocolates was back in the day. I had like one of those leftover fundraiser chocolate bars, and I'm gonna tell you, there are a few chocolate bars I ever enjoyed more than those. I don't know why.
Caramel one was really
The
good.
caramel one was
Yeah.
magnificent.
You know what? Okay, that one was magnificent, but I ain't gonna shit on any of them.
No.
If any of them had a weakness, maybe it was the peanut butter, but not that bad either.
Well, I never tried that, obviously.
No,
I don't
that,
remember peanut butter. I remember peanut.
no, they had a peanut butter one.
No,
It
they
wasn't.
did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it wasn't bad. It was just like. So I know what peanut butter's like, and I know what Reese's are like. And Reese's peanut butter is this special state of matter that is not.
It's
I like it.
it's rough grain. Yeah.
It's 80 grit.
It's in grit. Yeah.
So they were using.
Low grit peanut butter.
You're not wet sanding with that now.
Not sharpened knives.
But yeah, so it had different peanut butter in there, so that's what I didn't like about it. But it actually wasn't bad. And I had one of those melt on me, and those were just a limited time thing, right? So when they were done selling those for the year, that's it. And when it was gone, just broke my heart. And now I can't find those things.
Well,
You probably had lead in them.
That's why I didn't get any taller.
Right, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Eat more 2 of these, you chop off an inch.
I love those caramel ones.
They're great.
They were good.
And just the base chocolate one was great, too.
We don't really do those things anymore, man.
That's, yeah.
Yeah.
Kids go sell stuff.
Yeah, I think my daughter said like
Selling
1 or
magazines
2,
and shit.
but yeah, it was like whatever she was selling, it was dumb. So, yeah. I can't remember what it was.
My daughter's got a fundraiser thing where it's called a fun run. And
Oh, yeah.
back when William was a kid, you could donate $1 per lap that they run. And that's how you do it and all that kind of stuff. For whatever reason, whether it's not fair or something that the fast kids do it or whatever, but now it's just, how much do you want to donate? They're gonna run around.
anyway.
We don't really care
That's
how much
giving
they
fat
run.
kids,
I was
huh?
like, come on. Part of it is like the fun of how many laps do I get? I increase my donation by this. Like,
We did, back in the day, we do this thing called the Walk for Mankind.
I remember that.
yeah.
That was our big
Used to be the
fundraiser.
12-mile walk.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did
Yeah.
that many years. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's the one that I remember. The other thing that I remember that we used to sell was, all right, so I think they were called Weevils or Weebles or
Oh,
something
those
like
little
that.
poof ball things with
Yes,
the eyeball? Yeah.
yes, and there was this. Okay, you're laughing right now
Okay,
because
I do remember it, yeah.
this
With the
was,
sticky feet?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
and if I remember what you were selling was like that's where you were selling like those tins of like peanut brittle and
Yeah, it was something like that.
it never had anything to do with the kids. It was whose dad took it to the biggest office, right?
Right, so you could get fucking 50 weevils. Yeah, or whatever. Yeah,
Right,
I remember that.
right,
That was
and-
all elementary school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And
Chocolate bars were middle school or junior high.
yeah, because weren't
It
those
was-
there was
it
some
was
like
middle
band
school.
related
They were
or
band related.
because you were selling them for a while, right?
I sold, yeah.
For band?
No.
No, it was
did
the
you sell?
whole
Yeah, the
school.
whole
It would go to
school.
band and it would go to athletics. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
And art supplies, if I recall.
Could be.
Yeah. So, yeah, it did. It was for the school. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was everybody. But I think that was when Jim pulled out his coins out of his thing
Will.
to show them to us.
Well, it was raw change, man. That was a dumb idea.
With a lot of raw
It was a
change.
lot of raw change.
And it went flying all over.
And everybody
How did it go flying, William? Why didn't you explain how the coins became airborne?
He was supinating.
Look at you.
About 40
Two
quarters.
hands.
Yeah, with 2 hands, about 40 quarters.
With the biggest smile on his face about how proud he was. And for whatever reason, I just smacked the crap out of it straight up and coins just went
everywhere,
flying.
right in the middle of passing period. Everybody dropped in the hall. Spent all his money. Stop it, guys! I need to pay that back!
But I didn't take any of it.
I did. Yeah, Paul and I were both like, ah, Yeah. I need to pay that back.
seemed like the nicest kid.
You're a
in the
bad
world.
child, William.
I was a pretty. I skated the lines pretty good.
Well, when you crossed it, you went right across it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Well, I don't think that you were necessarily a bad kid. I would argue that you had sort of you had an impulsive streak. I would argue that there are a few things in your childhood that you can say, why did I do this? I don't know. But when the opportunity presented itself, you just struck.
Yeah. There was no plan. There was no plan to rip John's soul off his shoe.
It happens, yeah.
Right. Why did you Kubaton
Jason. To be fair, he was being a dick. So, yeah. So you got Kubaton.
I think I did warn him.
You did.
I said I'm going to do this because he was annoying me, and I
He was
said,
picking
if
on you
do
about
it-
your bag.
Oh yeah, my
So,
fanny pack.
yeah.
Oh, you don't want to say what it was
I
called?
almost
I
said it.
called it
I
a
almost
fanny
said
pack.
it. No.
Oh.
It rhymes with bag.
Runs a bag. Starts with F.
Gotcha.
And I can't say that if I saw somebody wearing one right now, I wouldn't. It's kind of like if I see the short bus, I might still call it the tart cart. But I don't. I don't know. But yeah, if I saw somebody wearing one of those things, I wouldn't necessarily think.
I wouldn't think of insulting a person at all because
I wouldn't
I was
say
a
it
proud
to them.
participant of.
And you had the same one for years.
Yeah.
Well, that's in all fairness, that was probably the best fanny pack that I ever saw.
It was a soft cloth
Exactly.
black one.
Because most of them were made out of that fucking like Coleman camping gear.
Yeah.
With no give. So it was that was absolutely, yeah, it's, the fanny pack had a weird place in history where it was like post pants but before cargo shorts.
Yeah, it's
I would have rocked. I mean, as soon as cargo
Absolutely,
shorts
yes.
came out, I
Yeah.
lived with those things.
Yeah.
I'm wearing them right now.
You are. And if cargo shorts existed at that point, no problem.
I would have worn them every day.
I will still never take anything away from how useful that fanny pack was.
Yeah, but again, you wouldn't need it if the technology to have extra pocket. Well, it
I don't know.
existed,
It
in the
existed,
military.
yeah.
Yeah, and like on safaris.
Right, yeah. You could get a vest.
What would we have done to somebody who had a vest for?
Wearing a fisherman's vest. Yeah, exactly. You would have been ruthlessly picked on.
I feel like kids don't get picked on for fashion as much anymore.
It's all kind of melted together.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
it's not the same that it was. Like, I was explaining this to my students the other day because they were talking about, like, 80s lore and things like that.
Lore, I mean,
I was
they
like,
don't
man,
know.
hey, I know. And I was
Yeah.
like, it's like, you guys don't know. It's like, it's so different than what you think it is. And they were talking about bands. It's like, no, you don't understand. You had to be a fan of Michael Jackson. If you did not like Michael Jackson, there's something fucking wrong with you.
Well, hold on.
You know?
I didn't like Michael Jackson.
Well, I know. There's something wrong with you.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
yeah, you didn't listen to any music.
No.
Yeah.
Hold on. Okay, now, all right. This is the other thing is, you didn't have to like Michael Jackson if, okay?
Yeah.
Look, if you were a rocker, you wouldn't
That's
be expected
fine.
to like Michael Jackson.
Yeah, but you weren't expected to like hate on him or nothing. I mean, he was kind of untouchable. So,
May I remind you
okay.
that, again, I'm not going to say the word, but do you recall the altered Pledge of Allegiance?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Well. All right. So. Well. You.
I'm trying to throw in your word into all sorts of random
You
spots.
just drop an L.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I pledge allegiance to the flag that Michael Jackson is.
I did not ever hear this one.
Yeah, you can't say that on the podcast.
No, I'm not going
Yeah,
to.
okay.
And look, I don't need to. Anybody that was from the 80s recited this.
I did
Yeah.
not recite this.
But this is what I'm saying is, look, there are people, you didn't have to like Michael Jackson. If you were into metal, if you were into whatever, you could dog on Michael Jackson or Madonna or anything like that. That's fine.
Yeah, but you were like, you were the minority. I mean, like a distinct minority. If you didn't like Madonna, if you didn't like Michael Jackson, so, you know, I mean, you could be into hair metal, that was fine. But if you were like a Metallica dude, you were kind of like, oh, what's wrong with that kid? He does weed, you know, kind of thing.
Well, yeah, because you would basically, if you went down that, the subgroups, okay.
But you were 1 out of 10 kids, 1 out of 20. So.
Yes, okay,
Yeah.
so you're okay, look.
You were the guy with the stud jacket. So, you know, come on, man. You put fucking extra safety pins in it to make you look cooler.
No, hold on. Okay.
Shut up, man.
Yeah,
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Now, okay.
So,
look, all right.
You put like screws through it and then put bolts on one end. So, I remember this.
I'm just saying, like, all right. So if you were that, then you would pick on different groups. You would pick on like. Because people would be either they'd be rockers, they'd be rappers, they'd be wavers if you were into new wave stuff.
Yeah, that was late '80s, early '90s, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're slicing the salami awful thin here. So yeah, I mean, I'm saying that 80% of the salami was like fucking Michael Jackson and pop rock.
Sure.
All right.
Okay, that's
the point that I was making to my
okay,
students.
okay,
All right,
gotcha.
I'm not gonna like sit here and say, oh well, yeah, everybody remembers Metallica, blah blah blah. It was like there were a few guys who remembered Metallica.
Right.
Okay, so and then the Black Album came out, then everybody liked Metallica. Okay, so but prior to that, okay, it was all like landmines and bullshit like that, you know. So yeah.
No, you're right. All right, so again, that's sort of a weird period where, like, if you're talking about right. If you're also talking about that early 90s period, you could also be one of those people that basically went alternative at that point as well.
Tons of people did that. Tons and tons of people did that all at once, man. So the whole skater crowd, like that whole thing came up in like 3 fucking years. And at that point in time, half the school was like that.
Right.
Within like a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it was funny because,
because that one kid wore a flannel once and everybody's like, oh, he looks cool. Yeah.
Yeah, and basically grew his hair out a little bit.
Or shaved one side.
Yeah, didn't do anything with it. Just fucking like combed it with an egg beater, and that was fine. Look, this is all shit that
it happened.
This is the part that they don't get is that there were subgroups and trends, big trends. They don't get this. This is what they don't see right now because they're connected.
Okay, so my students totally got that. And so they were talking about all the different trends and stuff like that. And I was making the opposite point. I was like, you guys have to understand, at that time, that was actually a subgroup that wasn't popular. Okay?
Correct.
So all these little things that you're talking about that you saw in Stranger Things, yeah, that kid would have been fucking thrown in jail. Okay, everybody would have said he's not allowed to hang out with my kids. The police would have pulled him over and beat the shit out of him. So
there's a term that they would have called that guy a burnout.
He was a burnout.
Yeah.
So
they would have called him a burnout, or they would have said he's a stoner.
He's a stoner.
Yes,
yeah, exactly.
And
so
you weren't supposed to hang out with stoners. Why?
Because they're losers.
Because they're losers. They play Dungeons and Dragons and they worship the devil.
I never heard that one back then.
Are you fucking kidding?
No, I didn't.
Terrified.
I never got that from my parents, man. I
didn't ever get any of that.
I never got the Dungeons and Dragons thing.
Well, they got sucked into it like a lot of other people did, man. It's.
I never got that spiel from either one of my parents. So, like.
But we even built Dungeons and Dragon characters.
We did. Again, our parents didn't want us playing it at first.
Oh.
I don't know. Yeah. I didn't play it until I was a little bit older. So.
They didn't, because look, at the time, all right, so. Again, this is something people don't get about the 80s and 90s when it came basically like once something made its way to fucking 2020, right?
Yeah, it was fun.
It was essentially that was mainstream and that was their way of saying this is happening everywhere.
Yeah.
And so there were stories of some like Dungeons and Dragons players taking it too far.
Fucking apples.
Yes, yeah, it happened once. Actually, no, that one happened 0 times.
Yeah, kids getting killed in the daycare, or they're becoming like witches. Or
The
something.
McMartin preschool trial.
Yeah, preschool.
Turns out fucking nothing happened. The kids were lying.
Yeah.
They said they took them up in hot air balloons.
Yeah.
And had an elephant. But yeah, this was the shit that, like, if it made it to 2020 and John Stossel was talking about it, right? Then it was like, oh my God, this is everywhere, right? And so my parents, your parents as well, like they're like, that has a lot of like devil worship in it.
See, it had to make 60 minutes before my parents gave a shit.
Fair enough, yeah. Well, we were ABC people, not CBS.
Yeah, no, fuck that. That was the communist channel. So Peter Jennings, he needs to trim his eyebrows.
I think he was Canadian.
I don't know, but he looked Vulcan. So
Okay, I
Alright,
can kind
got
of
it.
see that.
yeah, that was the point that I was making to my students. So it's like, you know, like you don't have this concept of pop culture, how big something actually was. So Michael Jackson, Madonna, that was fucking huge, and there was something wrong with you, or you were that kid if you weren't into those things. And the same thing happened when MC Hammer came around. So, and then grunge destroyed all of that so quickly because everybody split up. That's also when, you know, like people started listening to Ice Cube and bullshit like that.
But then NSYNC came out.
And then NSYNC and
all
that
that boy band.
it all happened again, but that was a totally different thing at that point in time. So it's all like, you know, they were trying to talk about the 80s and all these different groups, and I'm like, okay, yeah, all those things existed, but you got to understand that stuff was like, you had a guy, you know, in your class who knew who Megadeth was, you know, so one.
or things like that. Yeah, when they hung out with each other. Well, okay, so to be fair, grunge dismantled metal.
It did.
Okay,
It
and
was kind of burned out anyway at that point in time.
well, okay, so here's the thing: is metal forks really hard in the 80s, right? It goes in two separate directions that have no business being in the same category, right? You have heavy metal and you have hair metal.
Yeah.
Right? Hair metal's the metal that the girls listen to.
Yeah, that's monster rock. So
Well, I don't want to say
it's always was.
it's
man.
hair rock.
band,
It's hair.
yeah.
Well, look. There was just some like Brett Michaels from Poison. He is just handsome, you know, whatever.
Still
Girls
is,
love
man.
him. Okay, yeah,
He still is.
yeah. There's a theory that he's bald behind that bandana, but I don't believe it.
No, that would be Hulk Hogan. I think that thing's painted on.
And then it has the split into basically heavy metal, where your Metallica's, Priest, Slayer, everything else like that goes, right? And Slayer sucks.
So
God, I'm sorry, man. Like, I've listened to Maiden suck. Maiden is retarded.
It's ridiculously bad.
Oh yeah, I read the Odyssey in high school too. Yeah, it's I didn't write this dumbass song about it. They wrote a song about falling down, Patrick.
Oh yeah, they did.
Right, but so grunge destroys that.
Yeah, it just
Okay.
makes it.
All right. But the poppy stuff, right? The basically the underground, so that's where actual rap destroys that,
Eventually.
right, and replaces it. And then, like you're talking about,
You get all
is
the
that
boy bands. Yeah.
you get a mixture of boy bands with, okay, there's this turnover there where
That's where all the girls went, though, man.
well, they went to that, and there's also
All
a
of them.
turnover with basically like Puff Daddy. There's an East Coast resurgence of hip hop that took all the bite and sting out of hip hop and turned it into, but can we make it so girls can dance to it?
Oh, right. Yeah.
And then you have this utter pussification of hip hop there, where it goes from like, wow, that guy got killed, to, hey, I've got money. Right?
Yeah, but that didn't happen across the board.
Well, yeah, it did.
No, man. I mean,
Oh,
like,
yeah,
there
it
were
did.
there were plenty of guys who rolled heavy all the way through the 90s. So, yeah.
But that's right. But what you're talking about is that got basically hardcore or gangster worked its way to the mainstream, and they got kicked out of the mainstream.
Yeah, no, but it still existed.
Right. No.
Yeah. So it didn't get completely
No,
old.
look,
Yeah.
you could still find hair metal in the 90s.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, a lot of those bands played and toured all the way through the 90s. I mean,
what? Okay,
in fact, most of them did.
this is the other part that people don't get right now too, is this it's like they almost believe that, like, Journey was there from the beginning until now. They were gone, for a while.
Long time.
And they came back.
Yeah.
Aerosmith was gone for a while and came back.
Well, they all did different things. I mean, Steven Tyler was still around. No?
They completely just it happened like with Tom Petty and stuff. People, this is the thing.
Tom Petty's a different story, though, man. His had involved a hell of a lot more heroin. So,
he was a stoner.
right? Yeah.
He was a burnout.
Don't want to hang out with that guy.
But no, there were lots of bands. That was just it. It was like,
No, you're famous, man.
when you were done, you were done. It's like we talked about where way back in the day, you were either a TV actor or you were a movie actor.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
The same thing with music. Like, when you're out, you're out. It is not this, like, oh, hey, look, it's Sir Mix-a-Lot again, right? No, it's like...
Didn't he die?
Nah, he's still alive.
Who's the guy who died? Coolio died. That's who it was.
Well,
right?
lots of
Yeah, he
guys
did.
do. Yeah, but... Yeah, it's
He was
like...
a stoner. He was a burnout.
My mom would call him a
He
druggie.
was a druggie.
Yeah, he was a druggie. But yeah, it's people don't get the permanence of, oh, those guys are done. That is yesterday. It is not this,
Yeah, but that's
like,
not their fault.
always floating, like, presence.
That's
where
our
you're-
fucking fault, because then we're like, oh, we're doing a reunion tour, and we just hand them money.
Oh,
Like buckets
no,
and buckets
absolutely,
and buckets
yeah.
of fucking
Yeah,
money.
I know.
So
I know.
And what you listening to, Daddy? This is called Megadeth. You know? So,
Dude, I mean, again, it's the same thing. Like, how many times has Kiss come back, right?
I don't. They never really left, man.
Well,
I mean, officially,
for those of us that listen to
a
Kiss,
couple times.
oh, they were gone.
Yeah, but then
Many times they were gone.
But like it stayed in the cultural zeitgeist, man. I mean, and like the guy who's fucking more responsible for that than anything else is fucking Seth MacFarlane. So
no.
okay, who is it?
No, no, they've always had a presence,
Yeah,
right? But the actual fans, like, they turned on him like 3 times. Okay, multiple times. It's like, all right, so they turned on him when they made Destroyer, the disco album.
okay, I don't know these things. So,
That's what I'm saying.
they
It's
don't
like,
listen to them fuckers.
I
So,
never
yeah.
listened to it.
look, they have
I'd rather give my money to Disney.
like 300 songs. Like, I think 8 of them are good.
Right.
And of those 8, good is really a relative term. All right. But when they did the disco album, okay, when they did the album where they were unmasked, where there were no makeup, and you saw how ugly these fucking people were, right? Then they were gone for all of their fighting, and they came back and they did Psycho Circus and stuff like this. They just came and went, right? But the way that people see it is like, oh no, they were there for like 4 decades. No, they were gone, right?
But how long? Oh, no, that was a legit question.
Oh, like, how
Like,
long would they be
between those-
gone?
Yeah.
5
Okay.
years, 10
Right.
years. Same thing. Like, when Van Halen was gone the first time, right?
Yeah.
They were gone.
They were gone.
Until Sammy Hagar came in.
Yeah, they were gone.
And then when he left and David Lee Roth came back,
Yeah.
they did one album.
Yep.
It didn't work because they're all assholes. And then whoever the last guy was, I don't remember who he was, they had like one song that was terrible. But yeah, gone.
Yeah. Then they came back. So,
But that's what I'm saying is, yeah, the permanence of being gone
yeah.
is something that people don't get.
No, because it doesn't exist anymore.
Right.
Gone means dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have to die. So now,
In one form or another, yes.
like actual die.
Or you have to actually, like, Led Zeppelin it and, like, no, we will never play together ever
You
again.
can do that, but you know it helps if somebody of the original crew dies.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah, that's a permanence of it. Like, because like British Knights, his shoes, they came and went. But there's no, like, resurgence of this. There's no, like, coming back from it. It's just over.
they actually from Britain.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious.
I
about
just
that.
know that schools banned them because the BK stood for blood killer.
Oh, yeah. I remember when they banned us wearing Colorado Rockies hats for a while.
Oh,
So,
because the Crips. Yeah.
So yeah.
I remember they came down hard on starter jackets. I remember some places. Did they ever ban hats?
Yeah, we had a hat man.
Yeah, yeah.
It's the only time in my life I didn't wear a hat.
Yeah, that was in junior high.
Was it junior high?
We had a hat band. Yeah.
High school, they let you back.
Yeah, they did. Although by that point in time, I got used to it and didn't wear a hat. So
I've been wearing a hat since like 3rd grade. And I've lost all my hair because of it.
you've lost none. No hair.
It's all lies.
Yeah, man, it's a very different, and it's the same thing. Like there's no, like I said, there's no real judgment on clothes. There's no like, what are those, Keds?
Nobody
Did you
cares.
buy your shoes from Walmart?
Nobody gives a shit.
It's like, well,
Everybody gets their shit off Amazon anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
it's not the same
matter.
stuff. It's sold in every store.
Yeah, no, like I see the people coming out of my daughter's school. There's a few people who, they always try and, you can tell what crowd they're in, because there's echoes of like the hard clicks that we used to have, but they're not the same. They're very tame.
No,
They're
it's
very tame. Yeah.
which is
So-
probably for the best.
It's totally for the best, man. So yeah, I mean, dude, I remember like if you didn't have the right, you remember pumps? If you didn't have the right kind of pumps, so
Well, yeah, because you had the ones with the basketball on them.
you had to have those.
Because if you had the one with like a volleyball, you're like,
But what's wrong with you? You
Right.
got the tennis ball one?
Yeah,
Yeah. Did your
yeah.
mom get those at Ross?
they don't sell them at Payless.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, just like, oh, you're wearing Payless shoes, like,
Yeah.
and we didn't have the guts to be like, yeah, what of it?
What of it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
did. I would just say, yeah. But I also wore a fanny pack.
You wore a fanny pack.
So,
yeah, you're
I
kind
mean,
of a
I
special
did
case,
not
man.
care.
Yeah.
well, and you had, I mean, that was for
And
you.
you
was-
never wore jeans either.
Nope.
No,
That was weird.
Yep. I was,
no, I
That was weird. I was like, where do you get just plain canvas pants, William?
I don't like jeans.
Yeah, I've
You have to
turned
get
that
those in
corner
the
now.
PX.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've turned that corner at
What?
this point. Like, fuck jeans.
I wear jeans all the time.
It's
Once short season is over, then it goes to jean season, and then it's back to short season. So yeah,
Having to wear FRs got me into jeans.
what are FRs?
Our fire retardant clothing at the
okay.
rig.
Yeah.
Because we got them free.
Oh no, I've worn jeans my entire life, man. So
I did for a long time, but
what do you wear during the summer? You just wear shorts.
shorts and sweats.
Yeah, during the winter. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't really like sweatpants.
That are
So-
fantastic.
I've got a pair, and I just, they're okay. So mine attracts so much fucking cat hair, so in my house that it's just like with jeans, it just kind of like falls off. It's fine. So
I get it.
Yeah.
No, if you have like a tactical reason, there's no.
I have two of them.
Yeah.
The golf shirts that are like
Polo shirts.
the Airwick, whatever things like
Yeah?
that. Yeah, they're perfect for dog hair.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
they go,
What?
whatever they are, they're
it's
the
like
golf-
Cool Max or whatever
Yeah.
it is. Yeah.
They're those
Oh,
comfort
oh.
ones I wear all the time. But yeah, I could literally hug the dog and then the hair just
Yeah.
comes right off.
They're all nice.
It's non-stick. It's
It's
not
fancy.
it's like dinnerware. Yeah.
Yeah, I can even wear a black shirt and it just comes right off.
Did you pull the tag off that shirt from the other
I'm
day?
still working on
Yeah, I heard about that. Well, that sounded interesting.
dumbest
Yeah.
piece of
That's
attachment
what you
to
get for
clothing.
shopping at Kohl's, man.
I
So,
like Kohl's.
hey, Kohl's cash, you know?
That's where I got all my golf shirt things that are
Ah.
like that. So I like Kohl's, except I got scammed
Yeah.
by the worst
By
shirt
a
in history.
tag.
See, that's the weird thing too. Is like I feel like I also feel like back in the day there was also like more of a hard cutoff point for when you went from kid clothes to adult clothes, right?
You made that choice, though.
In some ways,
When you did it, yeah.
Yeah, in some ways. Well, also, I feel like in some ways your occupation made that choice for you.
Your job
Um,
certainly would if you got one. Early.
Yeah, because when I look at like my dad's old like members only jackets and stuff like that, I'm like, it's just they chose him, right?
It's a members only jacket.
You remember these? Like,
No.
just think about like if you go to like if you can remember watching the original run of MacGyver.
No.
Okay.
Oh, it's gone. Sorry, man. I remember it involved explosives, but yeah.
Well, he
very
always
infrequently.
he always wore a jacket that was kind of like that. It was
just like a blazer.
no.
I
They all came in like sort of like a weird sort of like greenish bluish, like brownish, like a neutral color, but they had like the button that would come across like the.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Yeah, I never had.
If you look it up, it's fine. No, it's just the same thing. There's a certain type of like. The concept of like Rockport shoes sort of makes sense to you at a certain age.
Okay.
And that's kind of like where my dad is like, all right, so this is the level of adulthood I've taken in. If you have T-shirts, they all have the pocket.
I've never owned a T-shirt with a pocket. Yeah.
I don't think I've got a T-shirt.
I think
or the collared shirt with the pocket too. All of my dad's shirts either had the collar or they had the pocket. If they had the collar, they had the pocket.
Nope.
Yours do not.
I don't think
but
I've ever had a pocketed shirt. So, except for like, if it's something that I wear a tie with. So,
Right.
Yeah.
But that's different because then you have the two pockets, right?
I think so. Not all of them have two pockets, but
No?
No.
Shit, all of my dress shirts all have the double pocket.
Yeah, you're a little behind the times there, man.
Oh, that's old?
Yeah, that's kind of...
Oh, shit.
You don't have epileps on your jackets.
Have what?
Epileps? The patches of...
Oh, no.
Okay.
I have like one jacket like that.
I have one jacket that actually does have elbow pads.
Yeah.
It is a straight up Professor Jordan Peterson tweed jacket.
How often do you have to wear it?
I never wear it.
Yeah.
How often do you have to dress up?
I don't.
Okay.
Yeah. So if it's required that I dress up, I don't go.
Well, you have to have at least one thing. You have to have something in your wardrobe suitable for a funeral.
I have two very nice suits. Yeah. So they're for weddings, funerals, graduations, things like that. They're not for date night. So
that'd be pretty sweet.
They're not even for interviews, man. The last time I had an interview, I didn't even wear them. So yeah.
When was the last time you had an interview?
It's been a while. It's been a while.
Oh,
but I'm positive I wore a polo shirt. Yeah. It's been a while.
My last interview was during COVID. So
so you're just wearing gym shorts and then like a shirt and tie.
No, Jeff saw me. I dressed completely up.
Oh, okay.
You did.
I
wore something with a collar and that was it.
The only thing I didn't do was I didn't wear a belt. Otherwise, I dressed all the way up.
You didn't wear a belt?
For my interview online? No.
Oh, okay.
That was my rebel.
So I've seen some people do that nowadays where they wear like nice suit but no belt. That one's weird to me, man. So
if you have it fitted correctly, it's fine.
I know it's fine. It just looks weird, man. So yeah,
I think it looks great. I think it looks fantastic.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I need to know where the equator is, man. So sometimes like.
You know where the equator is.
Well, not necessarily,
do
man.
They tuck in their shirt, or do they?
Well, no, you tuck in your shirt, but like some of the new pant styles are like the old ones where they actually come up like even with your navel. That's fucking weird.
Huh.
So I hate pants.
That's what I'm saying. That I think they actually look good that way.
I think it looks like something like your 1940s fucking detective. So.
Well, if it was 1940s, that would be with suspenders.
Yeah. So,
and I think suspenders always look sharp.
Depends. So, I don't know, man. I've seen some people wear rock suspenders, and it's like an overpower move, that you've just gone a little bit too far.
Little hipstery, yes, I understand.
I don't even know if it's hipstery. It's just kind of like, you don't know exactly how to be comfortable in your own skin, so you're gonna triple it up, kind of thing.
Oh, fuck that!
So,
the suspenders do away with the belt.
I don't know, man. Yeah, I prefer the belt. So I hate the idea of empty belt loops. It's kind of like having a wallet that has no credit cards in it, man. It's just what do you do that? What is that for?
Hate wearing belts, but
I'm with you. I mean, it does. It has a sort of a function, but I mean, if you
It
think
has a
about it,
great function for me.
if you think about it, it's like the crappiest way to keep your pants up.
I had no problem with it for over 40 years now, man. You know?
Dude,
I don't
okay.
think there's been a day, yes. It's like maybe like 5th grade that I haven't worn a belt.
All right. Okay. So, all right. Let me ask you this. All right. So, when you put on the belt and you're going to wear it for the day,
Uh-huh.
okay, do you put on the belt basically to go under the gut, or
Yeah.
okay, that's part of it.
What? Why?
Well, because I hate wearing it under the gut. That's
Oh.
so uncomfortable for
Oh,
me,
yeah.
right? And so, if you do
It
that,
feels like I'm gonna lose my pants if I don't wear a belt. So
Yeah, because you're cinching on the biggest part of you then.
right, so it's going to fall down.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
But I've always felt that pants fit best at the midsection.
oh no, not me. No. Normally, because I can't get jeans that go that high. So, let alone Dockers. Those are the only 2 types of like pants that I actually wear.
And so,
Yeah.
for those of us that prefer to wear our pants a little bit higher, right? Because you got to remember, all right, so I'm short.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're a little bit taller than me, but we're about the same
much,
height.
yeah.
But the thing is, I also know that my legs are shorter than yours.
Okay.
Right. So the whole thing for me has always been you have to pull the pants up higher to make your legs look longer.
Okay.
Right. So for those of us that have to do that, a belt is the most uncomfortable
Okay.
thing, because if you cinch it around the middle, you're tugging them up all day long.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
I don't know.
you have to go
I don't
up
have that
over
problem.
the crest.
Uh-huh.
You gotta go over the crest. Yeah.
Otherwise, it's useless.
Correct. Correct. And that is why belts are bullshit.
Oh, I love
But
it.
not for those of you that have long enough legs where it's like, no, I can just put these directly over my butt and it's no problem.
Yeah. Now, like, so we had a career day like a couple weeks ago where like people were coming in all rigged out and stuff, and you know, there's guys who are like on the basketball team, like 6'7" or 6'7", doing that thing and rocking it with no belt, no suspenders,
Yeah.
and it looks weird, man. I'm
think it looks so
yeah,
cool.
man. It's still got empty belt loops on it, man. You got to cut the fuckers off or something.
I have seen, bro. Well, one of the best things that I've seen is basically untuck it type shirts
Yeah.
that are you've seen these.
That's what I wanted to go with.
Those
if I
are
had to,
magnificent.
The
Yeah.
what?
So basically, they look like they're tucked in, but
Yeah.
they're not. They're
Oh, yeah.
untucked shirts, right? So
But they kind of cinch down around
Yep.
your body.
They
like your
tape.
body.
Yeah,
They
no,
tape.
I don't
Yeah.
like tapered shirts.
and
So-
this is the other thing is like for guys like me, like if you buy, so if you have like say a size 19 neck like I do,
My neck is not small.
yeah, and you buy one of those shirts, right?
It's
You have a parachute.
Yeah, it's a fucking. So there's actually a really good solution to that. So the tailored pants that I have an elastic strip on the inside
Yeah, yeah.
that hold that down. It's fucking great. So,
Well,
yeah.
that or you can actually like with the shirt, you just take it and say like, "Hey, I look like this," right?
Yeah.
And they'll make you look sharp, man. They'll
Oh,
have
yeah.
that wonderful V shape on you.
Yeah, well, if you can do that. So, yeah.
Well, now we're gonna be working out, man.
No, mine's going the opposite direction now, man. So,
In 2 months, man,
upside down, baby.
you can have that taken in. Same thing with those untucked shirts, right? Where because they don't have to deal with like the 20 extra yards of fabric, where it's like if your neck is this big, your body must be this big.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, no, if you get fitted, so a couple shirts, nice dress shirts that I have are all fitted, and so
Yeah.
they'll take them in the armpit.
Fitted
So,
shirts look so good too.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I don't know if mine still fit me because I've gotten fatter since then. So,
Look, man, we all face it.
Yeah.
Look, man, I've got some like they rip at the shoulders now.
I don't have any. I throw my shit out if it doesn't fit. So,
Don't hold out hope that someday you'll get back to that shape.
nope, it's not gonna happen.
Well, keep in mind too, I have those visions of like that 14-year-old version of you, Where
Oh no, man! I do not wear a size 26 pants.
I cannot believe that. This is I don't think I wore a size 26 since like the 8th grade.
I wore a size 26 at my wedding. So yeah.
Jesus Christ!
He's
Wow.
skinny. So I don't even know what I wear now.
But
You don't know?
It's this belt notch.
See, if I got pants that I had to wear a belt and I wanted to look really good, I'd want to get the ones that have like the hit it. It's like a full belt loop.
Yep.
And it
Yes.
hides it, and all you do is
Yes.
just that tiny part.
Those are
absolutely, yes,
I
gorgeous.
like that, but
Depends if you're gonna wear a jacket with it. If you're gonna wear a jacket with it, it doesn't really matter. So, see, I think a nice jacket really looks good, regardless of what you wear underneath it. So, yeah.
Those are the first things, at least for me, that do not fit.
What jackets?
Yeah.
You got to get one of those fitted. So everybody's a little bit
Jesus.
different. If you get one off the rack, it's not going to fit you. I bought 2 fitted jackets like 5-6 years ago. They still fit perfectly. So, yeah, because if you get the shoulders and the neck right on it, it's fine. So
Well, and the length, because
you got it. Well, yeah,
the same thing with that neck problem I have. Like when I buy those jackets,
It's the same thing. Yeah, exactly. You got like 4 extra inches. Yeah,
just go down to my knees.
yeah. So no, you have to have that tailored because
my
then you
dad's
do your
clothes.
cuffs,
Yeah,
and then you do the just over the cuff on it. So yeah.
you know, and that's a contentious point here too. Yeah, is where the cuff goes.
So it's designed where if you reach your arm out like this, it actually pulls back over the cuff. But if your arm's like this, it's over the cuff.
It's over, right?
Yep.
It's the same thing like where you're supposed to wear a watch on your wrist.
yeah.
And
Oh
supposedly
my
that
god,
goes
I don't
over
think
the
I've worn a
bump.
watch since I was a kid.
Crazy, yeah, yeah.
I
It's
know
a-
so many watch guys too, and they're like, "Hey, check it out." I was like, "Fuck it, I got one in my pocket. It's called my phone."
yeah, I know that. As
but
soon as I got a phone in college, I was, like the last time I wore a watch was the Rolex we got from New York.
Oh,
right.
whoa!
Rolex costs $10, then yes, that you can connect the dots.
It basically all we have to specify is like if the Rolex shop you bought it from was in Battery Park, it's not a real.
It's from a dude. Did he have a briefcase?
Yes, he did.
That's what I thought. Yeah. Straight up out of TV, man.
Well, we wanted that tchotchke shit.
I wanted it.
Yeah, I bought like some $6 Oakleys, and some other stuff. Like I got a fishbone necklace. If you can recall that those were actually fashionable at the time, everybody wanted the fishbone necklace.
I did not. Never had a desire for that one.
No, it's all right. No, it's and yeah, for a watch you're supposed to wear it like above the bump.
Yeah.
But that doesn't feel right to me either. Yeah, because I feel like I should have it like down here, but it's supposed to be up above the bump.
I don't even know where I'd put it right now.
Well, for you, you're supposed to put it
Yeah,
like right
radio,
here.
not television.
Right here.
Yeah. I think it was able to slide over the bump.
Yeah, that's the thing. For you and me, we'd be wearing it like a fucking girl's bangle, you know, because it's like halfway up the arm. Yeah, yeah.
I don't have any jewelry. Look at my wedding ring.
Oh,
I can't wear it right now. My fingies are too swollen. So
I have a class ring and I don't wear it.
You have a class ring? I never got a class ring.
I never got a
Oh
class
man, I should have got one when I got my PhD. Oops.
Well, does that matter anything to you?
I don't know. I haven't even framed my diploma yet. So
No, mine's in the envelope.
oh no, mine's going on the fucking wall. So I just haven't taken it over to Michael's yet to get it matted so it matches the other ones. So yeah, I got 2 of them. I got to take one down to the office too, so I can flex on people.
Is there? Yeah, your setup doesn't actually show off a wall behind you, does it?
No, I got a huge window behind me,
Yeah.
so it's actually really nice. I got a really nice office. So
Yeah,
the
but
only
you
thing is,
can't
I've got all
put
this
that-
old Air Force furniture, man. So I got that huge ass fucking metal desk.
Oh,
So,
wow.
Yeah, I do.
gosh.
So
in the
yeah,
garage.
Yeah, no. All my filing cabinets are not the cheap, flimsy Office Depot ones. They're the ones that probably got stolen out of the basement in the library. You know, so that were designed to hold weapons.
Is it light brown or
They're green.
Green,
My shit is
okay.
green. It's Air Force green.
Oh, okay.
Except for my desktop. My desktop's that classic, like...
Wood-oleum.
No, it's that... it's that diner color, you know, where it's like white with the little sprinklies on it. So, yeah.
Okay.
It's classic, man. Yeah.
Wow.
All my furniture is, I guarantee it's all from the 60s, man. So it's got to be. Yeah, it's old. So it's kind of retro. So, yeah.
Dad took a lot of that stuff from the office, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing I don't have is one of the big ass fucking heavy duty rolling chairs. So I really want one of
You
those,
know,
but
I got you. Have you ever looked on eBay to see if they have them or what?
I haven't.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
I'll
my
bet you
office
do.
chairs is really nice, but, you know, yeah, that'd be kind of nice to have one of those old school Air Force rolling chairs. So,
Yeah, I had I went on eBay and I went looking for like the Burger King ashtrays. They're on there.
oh, yeah.
But I was like, I can't buy these. This would encourage me to smoke.
Oh, yeah, you can't do that. Then, yeah.
Now, what I was going to get was, I'm like, I want some of those red Pizza Hut cups.
Well, those are easy to find.
Yeah.
I've got some
yeah.
of those.
Yeah.
Like Coke ones?
Yeah, I got a couple
Yeah.
of those ones.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, those I wouldn't mind having around the house.
You can find them.
Yeah. Plenty of people still like those.
Yeah.
They're so thick.
Yeah.
I've got some. Yeah.
I had one for the longest time. I don't know when it finally disappeared.
Well, probably because it was a one-for-one thing in your set. Kind of like...
It was just something that showed up at the house one time. With
There you go.
Yeah.
rotating
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the same reason why I haven't had the guts, even though it shouldn't be a hard thing to do, because I don't want to throw out like 20 spoons, but they're all from like 5 different sets.
Well, does matching them really mean that much to you?
Well, the problem here is that I get really preferential with certain spoons.
So some get used and some are never used.
There is one with just like, it has the thick back handle. I feel like a king using it, but I only have like 2 of those left. Then you have these flimsy ones with like the floral engravings on the back, and then there's one with, I don't even know how to describe it. It's ornate as shit, right? But it's one of one in that set, right? And it's like a bunch of the ones that we had when we were kids.
Oh, man. Yeah, see, I got one set of silverware. It's the one that we bought when we got married.
Yeah.
It's the same one.
There you go.
They all match. Yeah. And then I have an actual set of silver. So I got one
When do you use that?
Christmas. So yeah.
Ah, okay.
When my grandma died, she gave it to me.
I would
It's-
never use it.
Oh, it's kind of fancy. So it's actual silver. So it lives in this box the entire year that's got this like oilcloth. So it
Yeah.
all stayed. Oh, it's
Yeah.
nice, man. So it was a good gift.
No, it's gorgeous, but I know that I would never use
It's all
it.
from New York too. It even says that on there.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I don't want China. I don't want the.
I don't want China.
silverware. I don't want
Yeah.
any of that stuff.
My mother-in-law's got all that stuff. So-
Crystal.
She's got great crystal.
Yeah.
So yeah. So yeah, but I mean, we don't even drink at the house anymore, so we never use it. So yeah, I've got like 10 beer mugs. The Steins from
with the
big ones.
lids, with the
No, I never got the ones with the lids because I mean you use them to drink beer all day. So, you know, and then it's just like, no, just give me the normal one. Because it's like half as heavy. I'm gonna be lugging around all that day at Oktoberfest. It's been
Right.
Oktoberfest since like before COVID, man. So
Yeah, I don't remember an Oktoberfest.
oh, my brother and I used to go to one at Breck every year. So it was fun. But then COVID murdered it. So I don't even know if they do it anymore. So it's Breckenridge. Everybody up there has gotten all like, oh, we're not quite Aspen, but we're pretty much Aspen. So, you know, put on your fucking mask. You know. So,
See, okay, that's the problem here is that when you make the distinction and say like we're Aspen but we're not Aspen, you have to start thinking about, celebrities that would live in Aspen versus celebrities that would live in Breckenridge.
They're your B-listers, so
Right.
but it's still pretty fucking fancy, man.
No, see, that's the thing is, I feel like Tom Cruise would live in Aspen,
Yeah,
and Billy Crystal would live in Breckenridge.
Billy Crystal would live in Breckenridge. Yeah,
I
exactly.
feel,
Yeah. You'd see him like, at the donut shop. Hey, Billy. So, hey.
and I'm only saying that because if I recall correctly, like Jack Nicholson would be at the Lakers game, and Billy Crystal would be at the Clippers
Yeah,
game.
he's definitely a Crystal guy. So yeah. Yeah, man, you gotta
Am I
know,
wrong?
You gotta know
I
what
think
body
that's exactly how it was.
Yeah. So
Like I'm trying to think of other like people that'd be relegated to Breckenridge, like fucking like Alan Thicke from
Yeah, let's just start
Growing
going through like
Pains and
90s shows, Saved by the Bell characters.
yeah, Michael J. Fox would be there. So
and Breck.
yeah, he's a Breck guy. Yeah.
No way.
Breck's not bad, dude. It's good.
No, but he's
beautiful.
he's still A-list.
But he'd been missing for 30 fucking years.
But everybody
Due
loves
to
the guy.
illness.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying I don't think he can afford Aspen. So
I think they'd like buy him a house.
I don't think anybody would buy anybody a fucking house in Aspen.
They would
so-
just love to have like Michael J. Fox as their
Not when
neighbor.
you got fucking Tom Cruise there already, man. So it's like, no, you got to earn your place here. So
No, see, this is like like The Rock has a place in Aspen, right? But Jason Statham has a place in Breck.
Breckenridge, yeah, exactly. Yeah, he might even be in Silverthorne. You never know.
I saw one of the things online that was just like showed like Brad Pitt and all his roles and like they're
Yeah,
showing all
yeah.
the diversity, Johnny Depp, all this kind of stuff, and then the bottom line is Jason Statham, and it's just his picture.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same guy. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's the thing. He's been playing Jason Statham.
Literally.
And he's had so many opportunities to be in different things, and it's like, no,
This is me,
yeah,
and you're gonna pay me a lot to do this.
right.
And
Like Jean-Claude Van Damme lives in Breck.
No, he lives in
Really?
France. Yeah. You got actual Alps over there, man. So, and actually, maybe like I don't think Tom Cruise would be an Aspen guy because he's already a Telluride guy, and that's a very different place. That's like the Aspen of the Aspens. So
Yeah?
oh yeah. So like Oprah owned a huge fucking place up there, and then she bought like 5 other houses around it.
Ah.
Or maybe this might have been Tom Cruise who did this, just so he didn't have fucking neighbors. So, yeah.
See, I could see that.
Yeah.
for when he lives there a week a year.
If that.
Right.
Yeah.
So, does Gene Hackman live in
Gene
Aspen
Hackman died.
or... Well, I mean, yeah, if I'm right.
He died?
I think so, yeah.
Wow.
When?
Not too long ago. I thought I saw
Did
it.
he?
Yeah. He was in his 90s. So,
Wow.
he's older than he thought he was. So, I think he did. Yeah.
That's a real shame. I
Well-
just watched
Oh, he-
Crimson Tide.
Oh, that's a great movie.
That movie's fantastic. Yeah.
Did you see they're going to digitize Denzel? So,
In what?
In the next, what's the series that he's been doing?
Equalizer?
Equalizers. Yeah, they're going to digitally de-age him. And I was
Oh.
like,
Oh,
what
stop it with that shit.
I know, it's like he's got a fucking son that looks just like him.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Or, well, I mean, he looks cool now. Like,
Well, I think the whole idea is this is something that happened 30 years ago, kind of thing. So, I don't know.
bro, again, like, just remember how they did it in Godfather 2.
Mm-hmm.
Just hire a different actor, a good one,
It's fine.
or
Yeah.
his son.
Or
Like,
his son.
like
Yeah, it's fine.
it's just it's like Ice Cube's son played Ice Cube because he looks exactly like
He
Ice Cube.
does look exactly like Ice Cube.
He
Yeah.
does.
So, well, and Will Smith's son looks just like Will Smith. No.
Yeah, I don't want to see Will Smith.
I don't want to see Will Smith in anything else either, man. And thankfully, there's a strike going on that's preventing all this from happening.
Isn't it great?
It's
Why is
glorious.
it great? I'm running out of stuff.
Go watch something. Go watch football, man.
Well, I'm doing that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good. Yeah, there you go.
You're in live entertainment.
You're doing your
season.
part,
This
man.
is like the best
Yeah.
part of the year.
Yeah, but it's not on.
It's
all the time.
unscripted.
Hey, man, we got postseason baseball coming around here, so
That's
get
cool.
back into baseball. So,
Yeah, man. Like, whatever new round of like game shows is going to be coming out, enjoy that.
Yeah.
Well, I
Get
heard
all the Steve Harvey you could possibly ask for.
I heard that's why there's 2 Monday night games on now.
Yep.
Really?
Yep. Because the WAG strike. So,
Yeah,
Fuck 'em.
they need
Double
programming.
football,
so-
take care of
Football, take care of you, man. Keep this up. Hockey season will be here before we know it, man. You guys are fucked.
Dude, that's all like network TV would be worth at this point is live sports. So fuck them anyway.
Yeah, well, one of them was on the chopping block too. I saw this the other day. I've been reading so much fucking news. So
Just getting caught up on. Or?
no, I can't do anything. So yeah, so I can't type. Today was the first day I held a controller in 2 fucking weeks.
Okay, here's my question: How does that feel?
It's fine. So with
Fine?
the control,
Okay.
I could not do it yesterday.
all right.
So I fired up Starfield today. That game's got its fucking claws into me already.
All right. Well, I started playing it too. So
Nice.
Yeah.
So I'm not very
Right.
far, but
No, neither am I.
yeah. But anyway, so that was the other thing. What was they talking about the news that I saw? Caught up on the news. Oh fuck, it's gone now. So
Was it celebrity news?
Well, we just rolled into something different. I can't think of what it was.
something about TV. Oh yeah, so ABC is being sold.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay. So yeah,
Whoa.
Disney's like cutting ABC and they're selling it to the guy who owns the Weather Channel. So yeah.
You want to talk
Wow.
about like shit that this is some Mo Green shit because you're like the Weather Channel buying ABC.
Right, buying
like,
you
are
out.
you fucking crazy? But yeah, it's true. Yeah,
Wow.
because the Weather Channel still has a niche.
It does. It does still have a niche, and it doesn't have to depend on writers for 80% of its daytime programming. So, which I didn't realize was still soap operas. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's glorious.
No, it's funny. Like this is I have seen. There is nothing funnier right now than watching Disney apologists right now, trying to turn this into like shrewd business decisions.
It's
like,
terrible.
Like, no, guys, this is hemorrhaging.
This is when you sell things so that you don't die.
Yes.
Yeah. So, not that they're going to die. They got too much money, but
They got problems.
they got problems, but there's
Well
no
deserved problems
Yeah.
as far as I'm concerned.
It's no problem. You can't fix by selling some of the inventory though, man.
Yeah, the question is whether or not they're going to hold on to ESPN.
So I've heard that that they might not do that either because I didn't realize that ESPN was actually kind of bad. So
It has two. Well,
Yeah.
it doesn't because the merger that they had with like sports gambling is a huge thing.
yeah, but they still split all that money. So
Oh, they do.
Yeah.
But that's big, and then it's another thing. Is like, well, since when does Disney have to do with like legalized betting?
Right.
You know, they have a real crisis of image. You know.
I don't know if it has anything to do with that anymore, man. It's just dollars. So
Yeah, legalized betting's accepted now.
yeah, it's fine.
It's so crazy, yeah.
yeah.
It's like smoking weed.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
It was taboo, and then it's just like, all right, you're doing it, everyone's doing it. It's cool.
When is the last? Well, I gotta ask you, like, when is the last time that you remember people being like, oh, marijuana?
The 80s.
Yeah.
It's been a while. Yeah.
I mean,
90s, somewhere around there.
Yeah. High school, maybe.
Because it would still be on TV as.
This is your brain.
oh
Yeah,
wait,
you would still
yeah,
get
yeah,
those,
yeah.
or the sitcoms would still make a big deal out of it,
Oh yeah.
and things like that. But
Right, yeah. I remember when fucking George Clooney smoked a joint on fucking ER and everybody's like, oh that was a long time ago, man.
okay, there was that. Yeah, you know, it's funny. I do remember that. I do remember.
I mean, Clinton had to say he didn't inhale.
This is utterly
my
retarded.
God.
I remember in. I can't even remember what year, but I can remember that there was an episode where one of Theo Huxtable's friends
You
Yeah.
know,
put a joint in his book because he had to hide it. And 15 minutes of that 30-minute episode were lecture.
Papa Huxtable. Yeah.
because he didn't believe him that it wasn't his.
Right. Right. Well, I have to quiz you.
Oh,
Okay. No, it's just a random thought. I'm curious if you remember. All right. So, at one point, Theo and Cockroach were trying to get on a television program, right?
a dance one.
Yes. What was the name of the show they were trying to get onto?
Dance Revolution.
Okay, all right. Never mind. Don't worry about it. All right, all right. It was Dance Mania, but I was just curious if it was another one of those random memories that you don't control, but it's still there.
I knew it was a dance thing, but there was no way I was gonna.
I was impressed. Yeah, you do remember that. So
I don't remember much about that show.
We watched all of it.
that was our
Yeah.
family show.
Yeah,
It was-
no, we did too. I remember like,
And I even watched A Different World. Like, going
Yeah.
As did I. Yeah.
I remember. Yeah, no, I remember Golden Girls pretty well.
As do I.
Yeah, because that was one that we always had, that and the Empty Nest, which was on
Uh-huh.
right after it. And I remember Night Court.
I love.
Oh,
that
yeah.
course.
So I've watched a bit of Cheers lately, and I've seen a few episodes. It's like I don't even remember this fucking guy. So so that one's kind of missing now.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh.
parts of it really are. So,
Don't remember this guy. There's only a few guys.
well, they'd had like the original guy,
Coach.
Coach.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
Coach. I was like,
For
man,
Woody.
Diane.
I don't remember any. And, well, Diane was there for a while, and then Christy Alley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot how tall
Rebecca.
she was.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's insanely tall. So, but yeah, no, I was watching some classic TV the other night, and that one came on. So, and then, yeah, there's a few others that I'm trying to scrape right now, but
Dude, I watched like all 7 seasons of Wings. So I mean,
oh wow, yeah.
Yeah.
I did watch Tombstone the other day. So,
I thought it was good.
oh, yeah, okay, fine.
No. I liked
until
it.
when?
I have my problems with it. It kind of comes like unglued after the gunfight at the OK Corral.
You are absolutely correct.
Well,
Yeah.
the river scene is.
I kind of like that one a little
Really?
better than I used to now. So he's down there walking on
So
water. You know,
ridiculous.
it is kind of ridiculous.
Well, there's
So
a couple of changes that you could make that it's because the problem there is that scene is basically Neo flying out of the phone booth
it kind of is
at the end of the Matrix, right?
Yeah.
You're like, if you just changed this, it'd be great, right?
Yeah,
But if a couple of things, like if he didn't just keep saying no, like
no,
because
No.
there's no setup for it.
No,
it's like,
there's
why?
but he shoots Curly Bill. So yeah,
He's so good in that movie.
I know
That it's
very
funny.
good.
It's funny. Again, this was I remember like 20 years ago. You were asking like, what movie is it where he's saying this guy? He's like saying that's good. That's real good.
Yeah, that's Curly Bill.
Well, you thought it was Mississippi Burning.
No.
Yes, you did.
No, it's not. But,
No, it's
yeah,
not. But I
maybe
remember it was
did,
like,
yeah.
But and he may have said that may have been said in that movie. But I knew you were thinking of Tombstone.
Yeah, no, it's Tombstone.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
you're right.
But yeah, that's that was when I watched it. I was like, why is this holding a place in my? Why does this
Yeah.
line matter? Right.
I feel capital. Yeah.
But you're right. After the gunfight there, it's pretty rough
Yeah, I forgot Charlton Heston was in that. So,
for like a line.
A line. Yeah, but he's not dead.
You can
So,
keep him there overnight.
Yeah. Be moving out now. So, Michael Rooker. I think we talked about that last
Yes,
week. Yeah.
it's like the least like Michael Rookery.
He looks kind of like, he's like chubbier, but kind of feels skinnier. I mean, it's weird.
Well, he's got that
Yeah.
weird haircut, which is why I always
Got
thought
curly hair in it,
he
man.
looked
It's
like
fucking weird.
Heath Ledger.
He does kind of look like
in,
Heath Ledger.
in
The Patriot.
not the Patriot, but the jousting movie.
A Knight's Tale.
Yes.
With Jeff Chaucer.
Yeah. The one and only. Yeah.
The one and only.
Yes.
So I did make it all the way through the Venture Brothers, though. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a bad season in there, kind of in the middle. but it actually picks up towards the end. It's pretty good. So if you get a chance, you should check it out.
What's the terminus of the bad season? What's the final ending point on that one?
I don't remember exactly.
Because I'm pretty sure that I know which part is like the bad season.
There's a season that is kind of silly that has to do. It's not the one where Brock quits. That one's actually pretty good.
I don't love that season.
No, but it's not that bad. I think it's like season 5. So they have this fight at the end of it. So, and they kind of go in different directions again. But the season itself, and that episode's not terrible. It's just there's a lot of dumb episodes in that season.
It just completely meanders. It doesn't go anywhere.
It does.
It's like, it feels like it's written out of obligation.
It is, but then
else.
like the last 2 seasons come back pretty strong.
Yeah.
And so, because like all of a sudden Dr. Venture's not an idiot. So,
Right.
yeah. And it's kind of like, this is a much better show like this, where he's actually like, and like the whole story arc with the Monarch's actually pretty fucking good towards the end there.
Yes.
So, yeah, it's like, oh, okay. Oh, that makes fucking sense. And maybe you guys thought of that when you cut season 1. I hope you did, but if not, it worked out. So, yeah.
Maybe it did. Or maybe, again, it's just one of those, like I said, for me, it's like, when they had just completely lost the plot in terms of like, all right, so they make this weird turn in like mid-season 2 where they're like, we're less concerned about the plot than we are about making funny situations. Like, all right, that's fine.
Oh, yeah.
And it worked there really well. And the season afterward, then it's okay. But
well, they introduced a couple characters that are stupid. So
and they go on for way too long.
Uh-huh.
And then it's like, all right, you guys need to make a decision. Either you're just wacky or you are going to rope this thing in. And it takes them a while to do that. That's where, like, you guys are just, like, writing shit. Like, and you can't, it's sort of, any show that goes on for a long time always, that's why they have the term Flanderization, is you take the characters like they have an outstanding feature and they turn it into like, they turn it up to 11.
Yeah.
Right? And I felt like all of those characters had gotten into like, to that point. It's like the same thing where like, if you watch like the early Family Guys, Peter actually likes his family.
He does, yeah. And then later on, he's just, the later ones are unfucking watchable. Yeah. So
he's
they're
just utterly
unwatchable.
contempt for these people.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, they're, I don't know, man. So, the guy's got 3 different shows that are all the same fucking show. So, and
yeah.
So,
but you want to talk about, like, this much butter for, like, a mountain of bread.
There's a lot of bread there.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But anyway, it was good. I actually got through all those. So
I don't know if I'm at the last part of it. I'll check, but
there is a movie at the end that I have yet to watch. So yeah. But it is floating out there somewhere. I have to pay for it if I want. I know, I'm kind of like morally opposed to that at the moment. Because there's so much TV out there that I hadn't watched the last few years.
So when Will's talking about the writer's strike, I'm like, you have like 100 years worth of media.
So much fucking TV.
But there's so much that I want to see what the next season is.
Well, have you ever seen Deliverance?
No.
That movie's gross. You don't want to see that.
I'm just saying, like, when I'm talking about, like, just classic movies.
What year was that made?
75.
Not a chance.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, there's so much that
I still haven't seen Godfather, so.
It's a lost cause, man. So
you are gonna hate that.
Fucking Price is Right, man. Every day. It's on at 10. Get your fix. They don't need writers.
All right. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I don't care. I don't care if this writer strike ever ends. As a matter of fact, I hope this is just my understanding. So I watched something about this, about where the status is, and basically like how things were offered. Right? They actually did offer guys the raises. So
yeah,
those dickheads that were making $10,000 a week, they offered them up to like $14,000 a week as a raise. Yeah. They said no because we didn't get everything they wanted.
Yeah, and so this is why unions suck. So
yeah,
and they fuck their junior members. So there you go.
And
the auto workers are doing it right now too. So
yeah, how's that gonna go? What do you think?
They'll break in a month. So yeah. Because, those towns where those people are unionized, they can't afford that. So,
Yeah.
You live paycheck to paycheck. You can't hold out for too long.
Well, yeah, and exactly, and especially in this job market, the job market is amazing right now. And so, like, if you're like, oh, well, I can't work in Dearborn, Michigan no more, it's like, let me drive down to the city and get a job that pays triple. You know, it's crazy, man. So,
Yeah. Anyway, yeah,
Yeah.
I've kept you guys too long, but yeah. Just final thoughts. Anything you want to say about football, your arm, anything?
I'm gonna go play Starfield.
I think we're gonna get back to it. It's just it hasn't fully gripped me yet, though.
It took me about 20 minutes into it, and I was like, I haven't played a game like this in probably about 4 years. So it's here we go. So
Well, it's exactly what we said it is. It's
uh-huh.
all out in space.
Yep.
And
As soon as we started looking at it, I was like, oh, here's all the weapon mods. Fuck
they
yeah,
are,
I'm
and
in,
it's
man.
got the same. It's got the same janky shit. It's got.
It's got all the cheeky shit.
got
You
the-
gotta love it, man.
My favorite story about Starfield, and then we can leave,
Okay.
is all right. So you're aware of the different mod sites.
No, not yet.
All right. So Bethesda games historically they're modded very quickly,
Sure.
right? Usually for performance problems,
Yeah.
or like say for example in Fallout New Vegas there was a bug with the radio,
Mm-hmm.
so that once the Marty Robbins song kicked in, Big Iron,
Yeah.
it would just play that song, which is why everybody knows.
yeah.
So they had to fix that. But one of the things that the mod communities kicked off their sites immediately was, I can't remember the name of it, but it was basically a mod that it was like called the anti-diversity mod, because there is a their vision of the future is like, well, the future is female and black, and all the NPCs are exceptionally diverse. So like the the mod that was like, let's get some white people in the game got kicked off the
Yeah, I'll
site
bet,
like in
yeah.
2 hours.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't be surprised. Just as fast as the guy who makes the naked people. You know? So,
No, they'll stay. But
they?
of course,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
they stay. This is popular. But yeah, they found this to be extremely racist, so they made 2 mods. One that
It's where all the white women at?
well, so it was like, number 1, this puts white people back in. Number 2 was it took out the small line that says choose your pronoun, he or she.
Oh, I didn't even see
In the
that.
beginning, yeah, it's so easy to overlook.
I
But
didn't even see that.
there's a mod that takes that out.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
people got pissed. But yeah, that's that.
Hey,
that
man,
I
it's
think
not
is,
as bad as Cyberpunk, where you can hang whatever equipment you want on somebody.
that was the beauty of it.
That was weird, man.
That was well.
Yeah.
That what was weird was they were like, well, you got to inspect the goods and decide what you like.
Or you just click the box that says keep your undies on.
That is
So
correct.
yeah. So,
All right,
all right, I'm Pat.
I'm Will.
I'm Jeffrey.
Hitting the button.